Hey, you like this job? Akira was sitting there like, absolutely. Today's work was I'm going back home. Yeah, stop right there. We gotta go back to work. Before Akira knew it, he was already on round 10.
You better stop!
The MC must have heard Shorty screaming at him because he hit the dash. Kencho and flight attendant number 2 heard screams, but she wanted to defeat this man's glizzy with her mouth only. Hey everyone, I hope you guys are having a great day, and if not, I wish you a better one tomorrow. I might be a little late to chat about this one, but screw it. I have to bust on this. I jump on this. I have to feast on this topic. Yeah, let's go with that, you pervert. Shut up, editor. Anyways, I was looking for something new to watch since I was bored and saw an anime that made me feel like I took some adult candy and witnessed Courage the Cowardly Dog upside down. For this pretty much episode, I watched Zom 100, The Bucket List of the Dead. I gotta get this goodie off my chest. The story follows an office worker whose life was being drained by work and didn't get any freedom until society became exactly like how he was, lifeless. Now, I have 2 things I have to say before I dive into this one. First off, I'm spoiling the first episode. If you haven't seen it or read it, then GTFO. Literally, get the fuck out. Until you've seen it at least, then you can come back here and watch this video. Second, like, comment, and subscribe. You help the channel out, and you'll get more enjoyable content. Everybody survives. That said, snacks, cola, flashback. Modern day Japan, home to cherry blossom trees, delicious food, amazing technology, and home to overworked office jockeys. The MC is a dude named Akira, and not that Akira or that one, okay? Akira wanted to work for this company since that was his belief at the time. He had nice co-workers, a kind office baddie who you want to call you daddy. My goodness. It was a peaceful work environment. Akira and his co-workers went out for dinner after a hard day's work, enjoying their time out of the office. They sat there saying like, hey, you like this job? Akira was sitting there like, absolutely. Today's work was I'm going back home. Yeah, stop right there. We gotta go back to work.
Hey yo,
my first thoughts were, nigga, what the dick bitch am I staring at? Did they just say they were going back to work now? They went out to eat after their shift just ended just to go back to a mandatory double. These mofos be on death's door and they running that bitch dick first. Nah, they definitely built different. I can't do that, nah. Our boy worked in there for 3 straight years without any time off. Or even the almighty shower! That too. The MC should have found another job but stayed for the hot baddie. Real talk, this is my second time seeing an office worker doing the most for the hot coworker just to have nothing to show for it. Just when I thought maybe she is some kind of kindred soul, you know, this nice spirit to give her work members motivation to come to work and stay strong and to just hang in there. But boy, did she evoke my thoughts. I mean, oh nah, she getting clapped in the background. Oh hell no.
Oh my god.
Akira learned the hard way that he ain't that guy. Shortly after this, the MC sat at home like a neat since he lost all meaning to punch the clock and with pride. He lost all that pride. This man was literally about to get hit by a damn train and sat there and was like, oh, if this barrier wasn't here, I wouldn't have to go to work tomorrow. Why is that your initial thoughts, brother? No. Before he went to work like Flintlock would from Collie with a Chance of Meatballs, he had to pay for his bike's parking space at his apartment front office. Wait! Japan, y'all pay for that? Yes, editor. They even have jobs for women to go on random dates with men. We must live there. No, we're not! So, Akira went to go pay his fee when he stumbled on his landlord eating out one of his female neighbors. Ooh, how naughty. Dude, that's a zombie eating their guts, not a dirty scene on Orange YouTube. Before Akira knew it, he was already on round 10. The MC must have heard Shorty screaming at him because he hit the dash in the middle of running a zombie train like it's Call of Duty. This man had a SpongeBob-like thought. The fact that he doesn't have to go to work tomorrow, or ever. With some time to think, he thought of the first thing he wanted to do, and that was to see if the office baddie would give him some sloppy seconds. Okay, 1, not at all what he was doing. 2, man's still a sim! Hey, yeah, I know, just roll with it. After pulling a tour de France all the way to her apartment, he sees his former boss evolving into a boomer. A special zombie, or you mean like an old timer? What do you think? Akira starts channeling his inner Jonathan Joestar and eats this man like a real footballer. That's not a thing. Akira finally sees the office baddie, and it's now her time of the month. Mans thought he was saving Zelda. Bro, that's just cold. Despite the circumstances, our boy confesses to her as a zombie and then blasts off again like Team Rocket. You think you feel bad for the main character because, you know, what he went through was he never got a chance to tell this woman how he feels, despite the fact that she's getting clapped by one of her co-workers like it's nothing. But instead of succumbing to sadness, he immediately embraces beer at his house and makes his list of 100 things he wanted to do before becoming a zombie. Thus began his journey of Zombie One Piece. Akira, our main MC, wakes up from a nightmare about his manager nagging him to death.
Who let their gender-bent grandma into this dungeon?
The worst part is that's what I was actually thinking when I first saw him.
I guess the pot is black like the kettle.
One of the first things our MC wants to do was to drink more beer.
Again.
Yeah, again. But I'm mainly disappointed because that's the dumbest thing to put on a list.
I second that notion.
But before that, he had to throw away some trash at a zombie. Meanwhile, the neighbors are having a realistic reaction towards the zombie apocalypse. And then Akira drops in like, "Hey guys, I'm going to the store. Would you like..." Why are they screaming? He doesn't look like a zombie.
What would you do if you saw a random man sitting on the balcony?
I don't know. Either push him off or ask him what he's doing.
Why is your first thought is to push him off?
Look, that doesn't fucking matter. Anyways, our MC made a tour de France down to 7-Eleven for some foo-foo and poo-poo paper.
Including beer.
Like the homie in the movie Akira, Akira arrived on a bike to get some things on his grocery list. Man singing his way through the aisle when suddenly he sees a new challenger! Shizuka Mikazuke!
Ha, Tekken 8 reference.
We're calling her Shizu from now on, for short, because I'm not saying all that. That's too long. Anyways, Shizu was in the back getting reasonable survival items to increase her survival chance, while Akira just wanted a chance to be friendly with someone new. Shizu didn't want to associate with Akira, mainly because of her Zombieland-like rules.
Even though she's being logical, she watched too many damn movies to make that call.
I know what you mean. At this point, at this moment, Shizu shows off her badassery by using a technique on the undead foes. Now, before we continue, I wanted to point out the 3 differences in this scene. In the manga, she threw books at them and the zombies fell down. In the movie, she basically did some badass takedown, but in the freaking anime, she basically moves Akira out of the way, perfectly timing a guy crashing a truck at the zombies in the store.
Nerd.
Shut up! I just wanted to point that out. Anyways, before leaving, Shizu mentions how our boy had no realistic tact as a survivor, basically telling him he's not that guy. Shizu then takes the MC's bike and bikes away like her name was CJ.
CJ, who's that?
Carl Johnson from GTA? San Andreas?
Oh, yeah, still sucks she stole his bike though.
Yeah, but our boy gets a Harley Davidson in exchange.
Aw, oh yeah.
Akira made it home.
Baduna nadung.
He climbed the pole.
Baduna nadung.
He found out he was alone.
Baduna nadung.
His neighbors are gone.
Baduna nadung.
Now that was code.
Baduna nadung. They are not dead though. In the manga and in the movie they live.
But we don't know if they did in the show though.
True.
Akira now makes it a point to complete his list and live the way he wanted to live. One of the things he crossed off the list was to go out drinking with his new challenger, Kencho Ryuzaki!
Could you not do that joke again?
Not until we get to Beatrice, that's why I'll stop. Kencho is a fellow college football buddy that Akira literally considers his best friend. And speaking of Akira calls him out of the blue to let his buddy know that he's coming for him. Kim wonders how he was going to get up in here. Those zombies in that love hotel was making him lose his mind. Up in there, up in there. Now they're gonna make him act a fool. Up in there, up in there.
Oh, I get it.
Akira was using his brains by using a car alarm to lure all the Zombos outside, including the ones that are by the host club saving that guy in the anime. Akira jump scares Kencho and begins to loudly apologize to his pal for being a dick, with tears in his eyes.
Aw man, the feels.
The zombies cut that shit short, and our boys had to retreat to the rooftops. Kencho was about to accept their fate, but Akira put those air forces to work and said, nah, I'm pulling a Red Dawn in this bitch. And like the family in No Escape, mans flew to the other roof like Jackie Chan.
Aw hell nah, we ain't doing that.
Look, I'd rather die trying to live versus dying to zombies for not trying to live.
True.
Kencho has a heart-to-heart with his bro and tells him that his life sucked and the fact that he wanted to become a comedian. Akira told him to nut up or shut up since he wants his dreams to become reality. Although in the movie, they just booked it to the pub and they had dinner. What the fuck? And that's all they did. Kencho also flew in the air and uses his special move.
What move is that?
Naked Sundance.
The fuck?
Although he scraped his boys after getting across.
Not those boys doof.
Time goes by. The boys are camping on the roof of a different building in Tokyo, like some rich ass ballers. Kencho knows how to throw it down with food and Akira just sitting there playing Call of Duty Zombies while being reminded that he is maidenless.
Didn't Akira Darod sandstorm his way through zombies?
Yes, but our boy is still maidenless and still needs to complete his list on top of that. So this brings us to the boys to go shopping for a 4K TV.
Okay, sure, why not?
The boys gotta go X Games mode since there was literally a fire zombie around and took a underground subway area to evade the horde. Salvation was found in a underground Walmart.
Is that what you call it?
Until someone cultured can educate me on what the fuck this place is. As they took a second to catch their breath, 4 other survivors approached them just to check to see if they got injured or, if they were infected. They all seemed bummed that the zombies swarmed the closed gate. One of them mentioned that they should wait it out since Zombos would eventually rotate and lose interest. Thanks to their location, they were well stocked on food, beverages, even beds for later.
What do you mean by that?
Despite their circumstances, Akira and Kencho learned that the 3 females were flight attendants, as well as the fact that they're eating and talking together, which is 3 things that Kencho and Akira had on their list.
Coincidence. Also, you still haven't told me about the...
Akira managed to change the depressing atmosphere to that of a party by chugging a big bottle of tequila. But Kencho gets lucky though, since one of the smoking hot flight attendants plays bouncing simulator with Kencho's pogo stick. And editor, that's what the beds were for.
I thought you meant they were going to buy them.
In a zombie apocalypse?
Okay, I'll shut up now.
Akira finds himself at the toilet with his barf beam, but gets a pat on the back from the first flight attendant, since the third one is alone, having a dumb, drunken rant, and dies off screen since no one paid attention to the male survivor.
I can eat that pussy!
Since he was a bus driver with a bite wound on his leg. Kencho and flight attendant number 2 heard screams, but she wanted to defeat this man's glizzy with her mouth only. Akira and flight attendant number 1 had a chat about jobs and relating to one another.
That's pure.
Kencho and flight attendant number 2 located flight attendant number 3, but swapped sides as a meat eater. Flight attendant number 2 got some girl-on-girl action with a zombie, but Kencho was not a fan and gave her the Shoryuken with a suitcase. Akira and flight attendant number 1 are then attacked by the zombie bus driver, and Akira sent him packing with a strong haymaker.
One punch, and...
but couldn't protect flight attendant number 1, since she will soon join the dark side, and decided to tell him that she had fun before pushing him to safety.
That sucks, dude.
Akira ran away with tears in his eyes and saw Kencho with that TV that they were looking for, which cheered up Akira.
I guess her death was nothing to him.
They rode their bike back to the camping location in Tokyo. With the TV, the boys can seriously game on it. But Akira did some thinking about how he lived his life, on how he couldn't figure out what he wanted to do for work. Now, he knows what he and Kencho should do on the list. Thus concludes this chapter of Zombie One Piece. I honestly had Deku vibes when he threw his boss out the window. When Buzz can fly. This man survived this long just to die. Brad Pitt lived through this shit. So after watching the first episode of Zom 100, I learned that rugby means football in this anime. Can I ask what was the point of the paint? This man acts like Takashi from High School of the Dead. happy about the undead making them feel alive. Except, unlike Takashi, this man is 24 years old and doesn't have a harem to show for it. I never knew these characters' names outside of what Akira would call them by. Why was no one paying attention to this man? Akira has 0 riz. Ew, that's just nasty. How the hell Kencho got his clothes back? I did not know that homeboy in the anime didn't make it in the fucking movie. Fuck! For everything that's holy, please stop watching them touch tips.